What's up, guys? Your boy Hugo the Savage back in for another Savage Talk, baby. You know, like that. What are we saying, guys? How is everybody doing? We are here for another episode of Savage Talk. I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's safe. It's good to see everyone. Shout out to Love for Basketball. I'm good. Thank you very much. Hope you're well. Shout out to Aston Fortune, tell the Demon Team stand up. Love. Sean Jager, shout out to you. Shout out to Daniel Dudley. I seen the comment early. Shout out to Morris, head of the table range, you know, like that. That's my name for you, and you have to do it, you know, like that. Spam hashtag Demon Team in the comment section. Shout out to you guys. We got 7 in the chat. We got 9 in the chat. This is nice, man. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Wes Brinky, hashtag Demon Team. Let me get it in there, man. Spam Demon Team. There we go. There's Kevin. You got in there. Wes, what you saying, brother? Morris, okay. Let's get it. It's all love. It's all love. You know, like that. Okay. You know, like that. Right? Shout out to Daniel. We're going to get into all these comments. We're going to get into. Don't worry about that. Shout out to Aston Forge. Tell her I might get some merch tomorrow. Hey, bro. Appreciate that very much so. Yeah, just enjoy, man. Just enjoy. Let me know what you think of the products whenever you pick some up. Let me know as well if you're going through the UK store and not the United States store. Let me know if there's a problem with the link, because I'm going to have to try and change it after this. I tried to get on it earlier, it wouldn't work, but I don't know if there's a problem with the customer service, but I will get that sorted for you. When anyone picks up the merch, take a photo with it, you know what I mean? Tag me on Instagram or send it to me on Instagram. I'll put it on my page. You know what I mean? With Demon Team to the world. Shout out to Elite Squad. Shout out to you, bro. If you see me, if it looks like I'm ignoring any other message you're sending me about the news or the thumbnail of the video about Big Show, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just waiting to get into that so we can all cover it together, because there's no point in me covering it once and then more people come into the chat and having to cover it again. But I will get back to you for sure. So don't spam it again. I will go back on the comments and I'll read it. All right. Shout out to Dennis. What's up, Savage? What's up, bro? Hope you're well. I hope the family's good. Shout out to Mike. You know, like Mike in the building. Okay. I like Mike. There's a little comment. We're going to get back to that later. Aston Fortune, oh, mate, don't say. I am loving for basketball. I'm going to have to sit down and speak to somebody. I've got a few things coming, a few things I'm trying out. So obviously, I want to get Discord going. I want to get my Patreon set up. I need help with gaming channel, but that's going to come further down the line. I'm trying to get some stuff where I can get things more involved with you guys. I'm going to get a membership on. So, you know what I'm saying? Is the merch easy to get shipped to the Netherlands? Wes, I think it is. But what we can do is let me check it out first for the Netherlands, and then I can jump on and let you know, because obviously I don't want any problems. But the UK store covers the European shipping, and the US store covers everything in North America and India and such like that. So I made 2 stores so it was easier to get delivered. So the shipping isn't too much. Shout out to Brocky. What you saying, bro? 11 in the chat. Ashton already brought. Yeah, bro. Can't wait to see it, man. Make sure you take a picture and send it to me. Always love. Hey, listen, I just want somewhere where you guys can speak about wrestling, you know, like that. We're a community here. Everyone in the chat knows each other now, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, you can help me. If you can help me with it, bro, then we'll talk offline for sure. Well, off these chats, and then we'll go through it and talk. But yeah, let's get into the news. What we're going to start with today, I think we'll get in, obviously it's in the title of the video. We're going to go into a bit of savage news. I'll cover some stuff that is floating around. I'm not going to try and cover any rumors and stuff like that. I'm just going to cover actual things that I've seen, things that are factual, because, you know what I mean, I'm not really into the gossip too much. Parkception, what you saying, brother? What are you up to? Hope you're well. Good to see you, bro. But yeah, let's get into some savage news. Few things floating around for sure, and then obviously the main news is about Big Show, you know, like that. So yeah, I suppose we better start there. What to say on this one? What to say? Yeah, so if anyone to the chat hasn't heard, it's flying around the internet right now. It happened yesterday that AEW announced this news. They announced it on Twitter, I think. So the giant, the legend, the Hall of Famer, the Grand Slam champion, that is the Big Show. He's no longer WWE, but he is AEW. This is not a rumor. This is not hearsay. This is 100% being confirmed by the Big Show and 100% being confirmed by Tony Khan and AEW. If you go on Twitter, you can see all the outcries from the WWE universe. There's loads of positive words as well sent to him by former WWE superstars, some current ones, and all the AEW stars seem very, very happy to have Big Show on the roster. So this is a little bit crazy. Shout out to Derek in the chat. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you, bro. Elite Squad says, imagine if WWE Vince McMahon sent Big Show to be a spy or give it a, oh yeah, that would be crazy. Not surprised. Did you see the way he was treated at the Legends Night with Randy? I did see it, but the thing is, the Legend Night's a bit weird because you can't tell what's real and what's not. Concept Rose says that's surprising, honestly, but I wish him the best in the future endeavors. The future endeavors line is hilarious, bro. That is very, very funny. I agree with him going to AEW. He was never appearing in WWE and will get more screen time, but there was a WWE 20 years too. Yeah. It's a bit bad. Okay, let me give you my views on this because it's a bit weird. I think it's weird seeing the Big Show going to AEW, mainly because all the other guys that have left to go to the AEW, we heard a lot of rumors and things that they were saying themselves. We never heard anything from the Big Show. He has left WWE before, like Elite Squad's just learned to, but obviously the part of this is not Big Show leaving. I don't think anyone has a problem with the Big Show leaving the WWE. I think the fact it's gone to AEW, and it just seems to have come out of nowhere. But what I say on this is he's not been used at all very much. He had that little thing going with the Viking Raiders and Street Profits at one point. It was a little bit cheesy. He's not been used on WWE, let's be honest. And this guy is a legend. I think the outcry is a bit too much because if he never went to AEW and you just never seen him on TV for 2 years, no one would care. But now everyone cares. Now the fact he's gone to AEW, so we can't have it both ways. The way I see it is he's a WWE legend, but same as he came to WWE from WCW. You know what I mean? These men, they've got like families to deal with. You know what I mean? They've got a life to live, and some people just want to do the best for themselves. And I know Big Show's been a fan himself of AEW. Shout out to Brother Nero, shout out to Jacob H. So I kind of wish him the best. Yeah, Morrissey he fought Drew after last year's WrestleMania match on Raw, which was like 2 minutes after last year. But yeah, he fought him. Yeah, he's the first person that McIntyre beat after his WrestleMania match. But yeah, I kind of wish him the best, to be honest. It just seems weird, but let me just go through a few things. I'll bring up a few things on the screen. So this was the tweet from Tony Khan. Welcome to AEW at Paul Wright. I mean at Paul White. Watch AEW Dynamite. Yeah, you get all of that. So the big news here is that AEW is streaming a brand new show on the 15th of March called AEW Dark Elevation. Now, the rumors, well, it's not a rumor, it's confirmed by Tony Khan, as you can see, that Big Show's role in Elevation will be a commentator. He'll be a commentator on on AEW Dark Elevation. And basically what this is very similar to NXT in the fact that it's developmental, but they're giving these up-and-coming stars a chance to showcase themselves. This will be free on YouTube for people to watch on the AEW YouTube channel. And what they're going to do, they're introducing on there is a ranking system to get themselves up to the main roster. This is actually something that I pitched that WWE should have done a few years ago when we were going through this stage when everything didn't seem too important, which is when we have these singles matches, let them get points from winning the match if it doesn't involve a belt. So you have a ranking system, kind of like they do in the UFC. And then the more ranking points you get, the more people you beat, you get title shots and title opportunities. This is what AEW Elevation will be. Big Show will be the commentator on there. And obviously he'll be mentoring a lot of the up and coming guys as well. So in that sense, big up to him because he's helping the up and coming talent. And let's not have this AEW WWE divide too much between the fans because it's a little bit silly. If you don't want to watch AEW, you don't have to watch it. If you don't want to watch WWE, you don't have to watch it. It really doesn't affect us as fans. It really doesn't affect us as fans. So, yeah, that's what I've got to say on the Big Show. But he seemed happy about it. It's probably given him a new lease of life considering he hasn't been in wrestling for a while. And it's been used sparingly. As Morris alluded to earlier, they had the Legends night. Elite Squad says they can do the Big Show versus Shaq now. They can. He's already, he'll be a registered wrestler, so of course they can do that. But obviously, like I said, he's there to do the commentary. Shout out to Jacob H. Paul White versus Brody Lee would have been such a good rivalry. It would have been cool. Shout out to Nima. Shout out to you, brother. The Jerry Show reunion or him joining the Inner Circle. Yeah, anyone who watched AEW earlier on today see that Sammy Guevara's officially left the Inner Circle, so that would have been pretty cool. Yeah, let's go on to a few more things. What was I saying? I'm about to diss myself. I'm quite happy for the Big Show ain't on TV anymore. Really. Yeah, let's be honest, guys. I think if you're a wrestling fan and if you're a fan of the Big Show, then you can only really be happy for him. And on top of that, his time at WWE is kind of done. You know what I mean? He's part of the long-serving crowd where they came in with around the same time as Goldust and Goldust, obviously Triple H, Big Show, Mark Henry, these kind of guys. You know what I mean? So yeah. But shout out to the Big Show. Back to other news. So yeah, this is pretty big news if you keep up with these kind of things, which is hard because they don't show us much of it. But Taya Valkyrie and 17 other WWE signings confirmed. Taya Valkyrie is the wife of John Morrison. I actually didn't predict this, but when we had the Royal Rumble, she was in my top woman prediction to come to the WWE. I thought she may have came at the Royal Rumble. So Taya Valkyrie is now WWE, which is perfect for her. She's going to have a husband. They're going to be, you know what I mean? When you're on the road all the time as a wrestler, now she can have a husband with her. Also, it makes for great wrestling. They might not have anything to do with each other in storylines, but the fact that she's there, they really could. They really could. If he stays with the Miz, she could be more like a Melina type, but she can wrestle. If not, she can just be, you know what I mean? She can just go and head in the women's division, which is great. And this guy, you guys see on, it's on my left, I don't know if it's on your left, probably your right, is the son of, you know who's, you come on now. It's the son of Rick Steiner. Rick Steiner of the Steiner brothers. This is his son. He is now signed with WWE. We have 18 people altogether who have signed. I'll put the list up on the screen. Some of you guys might know some of them. Don't lie and say you know all of them because you definitely do not know all of them. But big names we've seen there. So we've got Taya Valkyrie, of course, from Impact Wrestling. We've got the son of Rick Steiner. Eli Drake, obviously, we've seen his debut on NXT last week. Did we? We've seen him on the Vengeance Day. That's when he made the massive one for me on there. And obviously there's some big names. Parker Bordeaux. His name is on there, and Parker Bordeaux, if you guys know who Parker Bordeaux is, he's been dubbed to be the next big thing. He's been dubbed to be the next Brock Lesnar. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this guy, seen him in action, or just seen what he looks like. But honestly, if they didn't announce this and they just had a storyline and said that this was Brock Lesnar's son, you would believe that Parker Bordeaux is the son of Brock Lesnar. Now, Paul Heyman himself said that he's the next big thing. So if Paul Heyman didn't say it, I would say stop it. Brock Lesnar is one of the greatest to ever do it. It's just too much hype. But seriously, I've seen the guy. If WWE treat this guy properly, he really could be the next Brock Lesnar. Will he ever reach the heights of Brock Lesnar? Probably not. And I don't think anyone will, to be honest. Any of the new guys, because wrestling's changed. But he really could be the next Brock Lesnar. See Elite Squad in the chat. Netsby Thing, Parker Bordeaux, exactly. Jacob H says, I don't know none of them though. No problem. Check them out. You know what I mean? Go back, screenshot the video there. Go on YouTube, check them out. Brother Nero, it's going to be huge. Train him up and he'll make a start. Yeah, basically what I have to do is take their time with him. Do you know what I mean? That's the best thing to do. They talk Impact Wrestling and over TV, some TV, so I can watch this WWE and AEW. Yeah, I know. And then obviously WWE, if you're in the United States, moving on to Peacock. So I think WrestleMania, you have to watch it on Peacock. It won't be on the WWE network if you're in the USA. That's what I've heard. Good to see everyone in the chat. Cameron Clay appeared on SmackDown 2019, had a match with Lacey. Yep, 100%. She was in one of the classic matches as well. So this is great to hear. I'm always excited when more people come into the WWE. And put that list up again and see if you guys want to check that out for a second before I take it off. But yeah, Lord of Darkness, Big Show joined AEW, but why? Yeah, so Lord of Darkness, we spoke about this literally 5 minutes ago. He's joined AEW's new program that will air on Monday nights, which is going to coincide with Raw, obviously, but it's not going to be able to compete with Raw. It's on YouTube. It's called AEW Dark Elevation, and he will be the commentator. The why in that is really, why not? He's not being used in WWE at all. Brother Nero says, can't AEW get Impact a deal with TBS? I don't think it works like that. Ryback's supposed to be joining AEW for like 5 months. Yeah, if you watch Ryback's podcast, he speaks a lot of rubbish about everyone, so I don't know. This is a big one. I want Ridge Holland to return to NXT. Me too. Although, I mean, Ridge Holland, we talk about Parker, but Ridge Holland looked really good in his first few matches, but then he dropped Johnny Gargano on his neck, and I haven't seen him ever since, so that's a bit of a crazy one. Yeah, guys. What's this last? Yep. So let me go on to the next bit of news. I want to cover this before we get into any other topics today. So yeah, this is a weird one, but Bow Wow, formerly known as Little Bow Wow, formerly Like Mike. He was a legend when I was a kid. Let's not lie. I can't pretend this guy's got a massive name, but Little Bow Wow, Shad Moss Bow Wow, has announced that he wants to become a wrestler. He's currently training with Hall of Famer Rikishi in California. This is not made up news. He's actually been clapping back at wrestling stars on Twitter who are trying to like say rude things to him and stuff like that. This is not a joke. This is crazy. Let me get this up for you. So first of all, he's been clapping back at people for sure. But here we go. Here it is. I'll read the top part. So I have officially decided to train with my boy Rikishi at his gym in California to get ready for the WWE Locked In. He tweeted on February the 15th. Unsurprisingly, Bow Wow's tweet ruffled a few feathers within the WWE, but had no intention of letting the haters get him down. This is what Bow Wow said to the haters. Guys, please pay attention to what Bow Wow has said to the haters. A lot of wrestlers who are coming for me on Twitter should be happy I'm going back and forth. Most have like 70,000 followers. I'm actually helping you become a bigger name. He clapped back, adding a few cry laugh emojis for good measure. How are you on Raw with 50,000 followers? Something's not adding up. This is hilarious. Not everyone reacted to Bow Wow's proclamation with cynicism. However, don't know why people hating on Bow Wow. If he wants to get into wrestling, follow a dream. Impact star Tommy Dreamer tweeted, Rikishi is an amazing trainer that will help him. If my Oos says you're good, I will gladly help you. Opportunity in Impact Wrestling. As you'll probably... There you go. And obviously, very close to Snoop Dogg, Bow Wow. But this is quite funny. What's even funny is it's showing everyone's age in the chat, because a lot of people are saying, who's Bow Wow? I can't believe people are being serious. Now, let me get my views on this. Morris said he'd rather see Kevin Hart. Jacob, Snoop Dogg versus Bad Bunny. Love of basketball. This is not the same guy played. Listen, Like Mike is one of the most legendary movies of all time. So we're not going to slander Like Mike. That's for sure. Yeah, we're not going to do that. But yeah, my views on this. I think I'm kind of with Tommy Dreamer on this one. If you have a dream to become a wrestler, kind of what Elite Squad's saying here. If you have a dream to become a wrestler, if you're going to take it serious, if you're going to respect the business and the company, and if you're going to put in the work, which means if Bow Wow comes and trains for 5 months, 6 months and has a wrestling match, then that's not good enough. You know what I mean? If he comes and takes it serious and wants to be, Bow Wow's about 33 at the moment. If he comes in and puts in the hard work, then I'm here for it. Obviously, it's weird for me. I don't want to see it because to me, Bow Wow's, you know what I mean? It takes me out of the intrigue I have about wrestling. But who am I to tell another man what to do? I guess we have to wish him the best in it because we want him to be good. If he's going to end up on WWE, I'd rather him be good than come on and just be rubbish. I don't want to see stuff like what Bad Bunny's doing when he's just doing these crossbodies and stuff. Now, if he comes on and wins the 24/7 title, then that title seems to be a joke, whatever. But I don't really see much point of dissing the guy. He's putting eyes on the product. At the same time, I would rather it not happen, but if it's going to happen, then fair enough, Bow Wow, do your thing, innit? Yeah, Elite Squad, I definitely don't want to see Cardi B in the WWE. I definitely do not want to see Cardi B. But if she, once again, it's because I know she's not going to take the wrestling serious. Now, if you're going to take it seriously, it will have their fame in whatever genre of life they're famous in, whether it's music or acting. If that's what give you a opportunity to get to the WWE or wherever easier, then take the opportunity. There's no point in us hating because no one hated when Sasha Banks got casted in The Mandalorian. She got cast in The Mandalorian because she's Sasha Banks. If she was Sasha Banks, just a regular girl walking the streets, there's no way she'd be cast in The Mandalorian. She ain't an actor, but she did great in it. She took it serious. And so I'm here for it. But yeah, Brother Nero, my only problem is he's too small. Who's he going to whoop? Yeah, that's a thing. He's small, but he's still taller than Rey Mysterio. That's you know what I mean? 205 Live will be the pace for Bow Wow, I'm sure. But the chances are it probably will never happen. I actually think that this is what he wants to do at the moment, but once he takes some of them bumps, once he takes the clothesline, bro, he might just be out of there quick time. Cardi B in that room. I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. Hornswoggle. Maurice Cardi B, Sasha Banks in ring promo. Man, that's too much attitude in one ring for me, rude boy. Brocky, Savage, why do you hate Cardi B? Please stop saying I hate Cardi. I do not hate Cardi B one bit. I have on my playlist, I have Cardi B songs, not the new stuff, the rapping stuff, you know what I mean? But I don't hate Cardi B at all. I just don't want her in the WWE. Like when Snooki came into the WWE, I was watching Jersey Shore at the time, but I didn't want her in the WWE. When Snoop Dogg is in WWE, one of my favorite rappers of all time, but I don't want him in the WWE. I don't want 50 Cent in the WWE. I don't want Eminem in the WWE. I don't want it because she won't take it serious. You know what I mean? So that's my reason for it. Cardi B hasn't. Of course she does. She's got one of the biggest followings in the world right now. On to other news. Yeah, see, Elite Squad, Snooki was terrible. Yeah, Snooki was terrible, and she's probably still going to be better than Cardi B. But I definitely do not hate the woman. Please, guys, don't put it out there. I don't hate her one bit. I'm not a hypocrite. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think she speaks like a slave, but, it's one of them ones. And 50 Cent's my favorite, he's my favorite rapper, so listen, you know the vibes. Yeah, Offset was backstage about 4 years ago with the Migos. Migo, mama, skirt, like that. And yeah, Cardi B is going to come on WWE, say something to Lacey Evans, and then go on Twitter and start talking about sucking all kinds of madness. So yeah, on to other news, which isn't really news to everyone now, but something I want to talk about. So we have Ria Ripley is now on Raw. Monday Night Ripley is what I'm calling it. Oh yeah, a quick thing. This is also what Bow Wow tweeted, just a quick one. This is what he tweeted to haters, which is pretty damn hilarious to me. Bro, if you're not in the WWE, held a belt or dated at least one diva, don't tweet me. yo, bro, Miz. You know what I mean? So, like that. That's what he's got to say on that one. Quick shout out. Well, it's sad news, but it's not a shout out. But I just want to pay my condolences to the main man, Joseph Hudson from NWA. It's actually a bit crazy. I don't want to spend too much on this because I'm trying to stay away from like the sad feeling of people passing. And the worst thing about this one, I actually was in contact with the guy, talking to him about getting interviews on Savage Talk, it's sad, but not for me. You know what I mean? Like, that's not the main reason why I'm upset, but the guy's passed away. So special condolences to him and his family. Shout out to you, brother. And hope his family will be okay. Let's get back into the comment section. Yeah, that's it, guys. Nice RIP in the chat. Shout out, guys. Elite Squad, yeah, you're right. He was on SmackDown. He was when Ric Flair Drip, the song came out. That's the reason why he was there. Big song, by the way. But yeah, let's talk Rhea Ripley in the WWE on Raw. She's finally been called up from the main roster. It's took a while. Fans are calling for this a long time ago. To be fair to WWE, I think if we didn't have the pandemic, she would have been there last year. I felt bad for her last year on reflection, because looking back, she had her biggest year maybe 2019. And if there was no pandemic, it would have continued. There was a pandemic, there was a shortage of people were getting fired all over the place. WWE didn't know what was happening. She had a match at WrestleMania against Charlotte. The match was pretty good, but at the time, it was the pandemic where there was no Thunderdome, which was a quiet arena. Good match, lost. They had that triple threat match of Io Shirai, Charlotte, in your house, and Io won. But yeah, everyone's a bit worried about Rhea. I can see Brother Nero says Rhea's going to be mistreated. Brocky says Rhea should face Charlotte at Mania this time. I don't think she should face Charlotte at all. Not for now. I don't think that's the way to go. Ashton says if she doesn't get a title shot by at least SummerSlam, then WWE won't treat her well. Morris says Rhea will dominate everyone on the current women's roster on both brands, so is there really point of her coming to the main roster now? I don't think she'll dominate everybody. I don't think. I think there's Bianca Belair, there's Naomi, there's Charlotte, there's Asuka. I don't think she'll dominate everyone, but I think I would go with the fact that we could get Rhea Ripley versus Asuka at WrestleMania. I honestly believe so. And I'm not mad at it. If she just comes in bullish like Brock Lesnar would and just demands a title shot, because Asuka's character is looking like it's not going to change. It looks like she's still going to be babyface for a while. I don't know. I think Rhea Ripley, we're in February right now. I feel like by June or July, she could be the champion. Yeah, crazy. Let's get into a few of these. Yeah, bro. Watch Randy Orton promo, still crazy. Oh, you're on about the one with him leaking the black stuff out of his mouth, moving like on Ultimate Warrior and Papa Shango, them way there. Yeah, I saw it. But guys, quick shout out to you guys. Yeah, when my reaction videos go up on the network, on YouTube, I promise. Like by the time they've gone up, I've already watched everything. So when people say react to this or react to that, it's not a choice that I'm choosing not to react. I've already watched them, so I don't do fake reactions. There's only a certain amount of videos I can put up in a day. Otherwise, I'll react to everything, but there's copyright issues and things like that. Like today's NXT, I reacted to Karrion Kross versus Santos Escobar, and then when I put the video up, it cut half of my video in half, so I just took it down. I was like, there's no point. So that's the reason why you guys didn't see it. Elite Squad says Rhea Ripley should first be paying roasting goals. Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good, nice little warm up. Sadly, that when she flattens with Peyton Royce is going to go nowhere. Might as well just put her back with Billie Kay now. Let's just, you know what I mean? There's plenty of times where WWE have acted like things haven't happened. So let's just put them back together and pretend that the Iconics never split up. Is Rhea Ripley wins WWE title? She faces Alexa Bliss later on. Definitely. Is the Fiend controlling Orton's body? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's Alexa. Nima, they should have made Elimination Chamber number 1 contender for the Women's title. Rhea Ripley debuts, wins the Chamber. Charlotte Flair turns on Asuka, wins the title rematch. I agree with the first part of that they should have done it as a number 1 contender. I actually said this on the watch along, but her facing Charlotte, I mean, everyone complains about Charlotte and then wants Charlotte to wrestle everyone. I don't understand, but personally, I think Charlotte turning heel, she's turned heel so many times. Like, I think leave her where she's at the moment and do something with Asuka for sure. Is Undisputed Era over? Yeah, I think it is, mate. I think it is. Ask Adam Cole, bye-bye. The two calls that everyone waiting to happen. Damien and Rhea Ripley. Yeah, it's a bit of a... I don't even know. I'm regretting the Damon Priest call up already, and I said it when we was watching NXT that I didn't want him to be called up just yet. I'd rather him win the NXT title and such first because he's gone straight to the mid card and no one cares already. I think Charlotte will beat Asuka at Fastlane, and because Lacey's pregnant, she will face Rhea. I hope not. I'd rather see Rhea face Asuka than Charlotte because Charlotte's storyline at the moment is what it is with her dad. Doesn't have to involve Lacey anymore. Probably go through down the Peyton Royce line with Charlotte, and hopefully she can get Peyton over as a singles competitor. Goddamn, this character limit is annoying. Oh yeah, how much is the limit, bro? I didn't even know there was one. We have limited Alexa 2 minutes. Yeah, 100%. I actually thought that was going to happen the Raw after, but we didn't see Alexa. This is quite funny. For NXT earlier, where's Bobby Fish? It doesn't know what's going on. Keep it realistic. Bobby Fish, I don't know. You know, I know he had a small injury, but it's a bit crazy what's going on. I hope Vince doesn't bury. I don't even want to comment on that, man. I feel bad for Rhea. She gets a lot of hate online about how she looks and stuff. And if you guys have watched the WWE, I think it was for Women's Day, it's Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Dana Brooke, they've all got their makeup and stuff, and they're talking about trolls and things like that. Guys, I just want to say, hopefully that no one in this chat is that kind of troll that goes to these women's profiles and says horrible things, because it's quite sad. You know what I mean? You can think what you want about women, pretty, ugly, beautiful, whatever. Just keep it to yourself, innit? We don't do that over here on the Demon team, so hopefully she doesn't get hate about that. I think Charlotte Flair should have the title and fight Rhea Ripley. Nah, everyone's saying the same thing about Charlotte having the title. Trust me, if Charlotte gets the title, everyone will be mad. Vince is a big fan of Damon Priest momentum. He's a big fan of Damon Priest, but he was a big fan of Cesaro as well. And we see what happened there. 180. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying, brother. We're playing the tag. Oh, brother Nero, I wish you never said that. That's one thing I don't want to hear. Don't ever put him in a tag team. It will be a killer. Have I gone over everything in the news today? I think I have. And if I have, let's get to some more stuff. So another thing is Samoa Joe will return. So let's get into Samoa Joe for a little bit. Nice little quick team. Jacob Hayes, Demon Team, 100% for real. Yeah. Hey, so Samoa Joe spoke on, I don't know what podcast it was. I don't know if it was Corey Graves. So his injury came from last year, I think hitting his head, and had a really bad concussion. Now, if anyone knows about the science behind concussions and stuff, a lot of people think you get concussed today, it means you can return in a week. Some concussions last 9 months plus. That's the reason why in boxing and UFC, they don't give you matches back to back over and over again, because you get over your 9-month concussion, you go into the ring, get kicked in the head, it's back. Samoa Joe he said he will return, but the time scale he does not know. So yeah, he's definitely, Nima says, as I heard, he's not cleared to compete. Well, these were his own words. He said he's definitely coming back. He just doesn't have a time scale. Elite Squad says, so Samoa Joe will go down as the best wrestlers not to win it. I have 100% faith in the fact that he will win the WWE title at some point. I seriously do. Now, it's a big shout because obviously we know that we've had people like Razor Ramon not win the title and stuff like that. So hopefully Hopefully he's going to be okay. We're about to see him at the age of 6. He was out of physical activity for 3 months. Yeah, this is what I mean. It changes because there's not one level to a concussion. Do you know what I mean? You can get concussion playing sports. You can get concussion just tripping over. Some of them last longer than others. Jacob asked, "What happened to Carlito? Man, people need that." I said to you guys at the time that I thought Carlito would be in the Royal Rumble, but I didn't think they would use him for much. Honestly, I was happy to see him, but I knew this would happen, so it's not a surprise to me that we've not seen any Carlito. But yeah, definitely a very entertaining guy. Hopefully, we'll see him used properly. Match seen yesterday. Yeah, it's true. He's one of the best in the business. Do you know what I mean? If you ask me about the people who are there now, Samoa Joe is probably in the top 5 in the company for sure. I really loved what he done with it was him and AJ when he set up at AJ's house and stuff. Wendy. I was big on that. But listen, can you imagine they'll probably use Samoa Joe for the full fans return into the stadium because that's what you need when Samoa Joe's back, like that. So yeah, I hope so. Let me just get this up. People who hate on people look just sad whenever. Yeah, it's a shambles, bro. It's a shambles. Yeah, you see all the time people hating on different things, but usually that hate comes from a point of a place of insecurity. So it's bad on them. It's a reflection on them. Still can't believe Miz is the champion. Hoping last to win the title. I'm happy that the Miz is the champion, but I am fearful of him being squashed very soon. First a Rumble, 1 match, and then leaves. The Royal Rumble is where he got the concussion, Jacob. The one needs to come off Oscar, put it on someone that looks for a good one, let her restore relevancy. Brother Nero, I actually agree with this comment. I actually agree with what you've said there. Nima says WWE doesn't have a plan for him. Well, I think is when you're out the loop for so long and you're injured, that they won't have a plan for you because they don't know when you're coming back. Same thing happened with Roman. When he was in remission, he came back, he just fought Drew because they didn't have much for him at the time, but he's such a big star. But yeah, this is what I'm saying, the Joe chance, we need fans back. Fans back from Mania onwards. Apparently so. I'm waiting for the 100% confirmation, but as far as I know, fans are back. Like I said, it's happened at the Raymond James Stadium where the NFL held a Super Bowl and they had 35,000 in there, so I'm pretty sure WWE can do exactly the same. Yeah, everyone loves Carlito, man. Knowing WWE, they give Ria Ripley a new theme and put, oh my God. That's a killer. That's scary stuff, man. That's scary. Don't say that, bro. Let's see. Hey, shout out to K. Sean. Hey, bro, do you think that the Big Show? I hope it'll be very silly. I mean, AEW do recycle a lot of WWE storylines. I'm hoping not to see Big Show versus Shaq because it's just terrible. Shout out to Zilla. What's up? I was looking to see you in the chat. I'm glad to hear. I heard everyone is saying Keith Lee is buried. Yeah, this is. I've not heard it myself, but surely people can't be serious. Keith Lee's not been buried. He can't be buried. The fans are too behind him. He's just sick at the moment. He's been pulled away from stuff, but he's one of the biggest stars. And trust me, 2021, it will probably be the year of Lee towards the end. So I can see towards leading up to this year's Christmas, around TLC times, that Keith Lee will be in massive storylines. Samoa Joe returning, Joe Chance. Yeah, man. I can't have Samoa Chance from the fake audience. From the yeah. Okay, so why would anyone in AEW want to? Yeah, exactly. True. I think a big thing with people in AEW is a lot of them are from the indie scene and haven't come from WWE. So for them, they're getting to fight one of their childhood heroes. Everyone forgets about stuff like that. But like I said, he's on there to do he's on there to do commentary. So I'm sure they'll use him here and there for wrestling spots. Keith Lee is way better than Bobby Lashley. They really messed. Lashley beat him. I don't think Keith Lee's way better than Bobby. Bobby Lashley is really good, and he's having a great time at the moment. Keith Lee can do stuff that no other big man can do. That's a fact. But Bobby Lashley isn't having the. This is the best Bobby Lashley I've ever seen. So, Samoa Joe versus Reigns. Everyone's a shout, man. Why is Eddie Kingston and Pac not in the ladder match at Revolution, but Scorpio Sky and Tennis? I can't even answer that, bro. I don't even know why. Lee's not buried as Vince does not see things that we see. I don't even think. I think Keith Lee's been. He's been in good matches since he's been on Raw and stuff like that. I don't see any problem with Lee. I mean, he can't come from NXT and just be straight in the title picture and stuff like that. That would be ridiculous. The problem when you go to the main roster is that you're starting again almost. You know what I mean? So I'm guessing Adam Cole comes up. He's not going to be in the title picture straight away. Are we going to get 3 title changes during the road to WrestleMania for real? Well, I mean, a lot of people are saying they think that The Miz is going to lose to Bobby Lashley at Fastlane, and then Bobby Lashley will face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. I don't know why Drew McIntyre would. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Why would Drew McIntyre be in the title picture? There's no automatic rematch clause anymore. He lost fair and square. He's going to fight Sheamus, I'm sure. I don't know. Lord of Darkness, can imagine if, listen, there's one tribal chief. I think John Morrison will probably turn as well eventually. Roman Reigns is the tribal chief. Nima, I feel like Bobby won't be a boring champion if he's got MVP in his corner. I think everyone's thinking Keith Lee versus Braun. Leave us. Exactly. I think not Priest, Bad Bunny, casual people remember ever being with him. Yeah, that's true. You think Brock Lesnar ever go to the... Brock Lesnar's a bit weird one. That's one guy that I can't ever vouch on and say that he wouldn't do certain things, because Brock Lesnar follows the money as a businessman, and he was being paid over $500,000 per appearance on WWE. So imagine turning up to Raw for 2 minutes, Brock Lesnar, and getting paid $600,000. That's what he was on. So obviously with the pandemic, they're like, listen, Brock, we ain't looking to sign that contract because it's a bit of a problem right now. Yeah, that's a good shout. He's beat all of these guys. Keith Lee's been dominant on the roster, to be honest. So not the best. Yeah, this is the best Lashley I've ever seen. Even I didn't like when he came back. I hated on Impact when he had that headband. He was fighting Drew McIntyre on there, to be honest. I remember I was watching the match the other day, but yeah, they should bring back the rematch clause. I don't know, because then we're going to get some champions that you don't want them to fight again. Imagine Goldberg losing his title and having a rematch. Jesus, man. But casual fans don't watch wrestling anymore. Yeah, I think you're right there. How did Lashley pick up Braun? He picked him up very easy. He's a strong guy. Bobby Lashley's 43, 44. He's 44 at the moment. This guy's in the best shape. I don't think anyone on the roster has a better shape than him, to be honest. I mean, obviously he's objective, but everything happens doing MVP. Continue MVP, Brock Kenny. Yeah, MVP's great, man. 100%. Vincent's pulled the trigger, Bobby. Let's give him the title. I think he will. Next, we're going to go on to some comments I've seen online from Matt Riddle to The Undertaker, responding to Undertaker's Joe Rogan podcast interview. I don't know if any of you guys seen this or heard this. I watched the whole interview with The Undertaker. That was about 6 weeks ago now, 5 weeks ago. Riddle has had some comments to say. Yeah, he was on a podcast. I think he was speaking to Vincent Beltrain and Vibe and wrestling. Riddle's response to The Undertaker was and as followed. So I will respond to you guys. Let me just read the response. I've got it here, what Matt Riddle had to say to The Undertaker. I would say to The Undertaker and everybody else, times have changed. The human race and everyone is evolving, and yes, we don't carry knives and guns to work because we have metal detectors to keep us safe, so people don't do that. We have a wellness policy where we are all getting tested regularly, so we are safe and in our own right and state of mind. So that was his response to the Undertaker's to his comments about WWE stars nowadays being soft, and that they used to back in the days have guns and knives in their bags. The next part of this, he had to say, I love my job, I show up and work, and I'm a former professional UFC fighter that broke people's jaws on a steel cage, something that wasn't around when he was a young man. I bet if he was, he still wouldn't step up because it takes a different breed. So that's that. He shouldn't say certain things about the up-and-coming roster because we are all real savages. Savage gang, not pretend ones, so he should watch out. And those were Matt Riddle's comments to the Phenom, The Undertaker. Guys, what do you think about what Matt Riddle says? My views on what Matt Riddle said is there's some truth in what he says, but I think the last part saying that he was a UFC fighter and he broke people's jaws and the people up and coming roster now are real savages. I don't know. I mean, he did say Taker should watch out. Yeah, I forgot to add that part. Yeah, said so he should watch out. Then he went on to say, but I still respect him. I don't think he wanted to be mean. I just think he thought his time was tougher. And I would say this when he worked times weren't tougher. They weren't smart either, and they were dumber. They abused certain things. They abused their bodies, and they were all paying the price for it. Today's wrestlers are smarter, who work smarter, and if they have took more bumps, we don't work the same schedule you were working. And you can't say we are softer for that. We're more smarter and educated like the modern day athlete, and we are not getting hurt that much. We're training smart, we eat healthier, and we do things better because people in the past made so many mistakes that we have learned from, and now we don't make the same mistakes anymore. They were his they were his comments. Yeah, so let's go through the chat. I agree with you there. I agree with you as well. I agree. So the common consensus is that what Matt Riddle said was right. I think his choice of words were a bit off, and I think some of Undertaker's choice of words are a little bit off as well, because I've seen that Xavier Woods responded to this at the time as well, and he said that we're not, because basically Undertaker said nowadays when he goes into the change room, it's all different. They're all playing computer games and fixing their hair. But times in general are different now. I don't know if Undertaker's realized, but the time of gaming and fixing your hair for photos and stuff, Undertaker is on social media himself. He has become part of that without even knowing. So I do think Matt Riddle's a little bit right. Also, what he said about, I don't think he should have called the past superstars dumb. They just didn't know any better because we've had an advanced time right now. So obviously, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, times are different. So calling them dumb is a shame because obviously people have passed away from taking too many bumps and having to drown themselves in painkillers and medication and stuff like that. And I don't think Matt Riddle meant it in a horrible way at all. I think he was just trying to speak back to, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I think maybe Matt Riddle thinks he's a lot harder than he is, and I think Undertaker thinks that back then was a lot harder than it is now. But I think what Matt Riddle's trying to say is that he's a real UFC fighter, so he's a savage. But let's be honest, if you fight on the street, there's a lot of WWE stars who could beat up UFC stars. That's just a fact. I don't care what anyone says. But if Roman Reigns gets into a fight with Conor McGregor on the street, if Big E gets into a fight with Conor McGregor on the street, if Chad Gable gets into a fight with Conor McGregor on the street, my money's on the WWE stars. I'm saying it. There you go. Nima. Great reaction. Yeah, that's true. Riddle needs to put some shoes on now. I'm fed up of seeing grown man's toes and that, like that. If you ain't Samoa, I don't want to see your toes, you get me? Finally here for the Savage Gang debate, like that. Of course, you can't bring up the whole bumps without mentioning. I mean, I'm not mentioning this guy. You know what I mean? I can't do it, man. I got kids, bro. I can't do it. But yeah, it does bring a point to calling people soft. But if wrestling was how it is now, compared to how it was back then arguably he wouldn't have been in that position, and his wife, and his kid would still be here. So yeah, but that's not ever 100% on, and I don't really want to comment on it because obviously, yeah. They were both seemingly trying to bury each other rather than make a logical point. Well, I think that Undertaker was speaking from a point of he's the Undertaker, he can say what he wants. Surely no one's going to say anything back to him. And I think Matt Riddle, instead of speaking logical, 100%, he was a bit wound up. But I heard the transcript. I read the transcript of the whole interview. I didn't watch it, and I want to watch it because a lot of the times people take people's comments out of context, and when they post it up, it looks clickbaity. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Roman would destroy Connor. Agreed. Roman, yeah. Savage, can you read my message before about the US title? Yeah, I'll get back to the Astro, no problem at all. Lord of Darkness, I'm 100% agree with Undertaker. What I will say is that wrestlers being soft or hard behind the scenes doesn't affect us WWE fans. It doesn't affect us one bit. So let's not. My views on it are, I would want the safety for each and every superstar, and they're much safer now than they was back then. I'll tell you the story that I heard from Stevie Ray, on the Booker T podcast years back. Actually, it was on Stevie Ray's podcast. I told you that he said that Booker T was going to blow Vader's face off with a gun. He said he was sitting there with a gun under his towel because Vader punched him in the ring too hard. Would you not rather work in this day? I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? Soccer mom hair, AJ Styles, I can see Taker's points. Well, I could see his point if Undertaker didn't have the same mad hair as well. Undertaker's got extensions in. You know what I'm saying? Many people said that when Eddie passed, the Red Bull wasn't the same. Yeah, that's 100% true. I mean, when on the passing of him, his dad had his diary and he was writing to Eddie, even though Eddie wasn't here anymore. So, of course, that's sad. Matt Riddle's still a savage. Don't get it twisted. He can still mess up a lot of people, but. Let me get to Ashton's message. He did ask me to read it from a while back, so let me get back to it. Okay. Everybody that has come from NXT in the last 3 years have had the WWE US Championship match. Damon Priest, maybe if they had made a women's IC title, women can go for that first. I said this. They probably should have went for the women's IC title instead of the tag team titles. There's not enough women on the roster to have a tag team division, but there is enough for the IC title, which they can still bring in. But, I mean, I don't see Damien. I don't know. It's a bit of a hard one, really. Damien Priest he'll get the US title at some point, or the IC title, depending on what brand he stays on. But, yeah, 100%. Bobby Lashley dominated in TNA from 2004 and 2007. He did. Didn't Undertaker wear a full week for a bit? Yeah, he did when he returned against Bray as well. He had, was it Bray? Yeah, when he made his first appearance, he had the platinum. When he made his appearance in the ring against Roman, same thing again. So Brock will kill. I mean, let's be honest, Brock will kill everyone. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to you, brother. Talk later. Peace. It's still different. Regardless, he has long hair. He never works his hair. And that's, yeah, I'll say that AJ, and not only AJ, is when Dolph Ziggler straightens his hair and he doesn't wear it, he's got this like. This woman look about him, which is quite funny. It's quite funny. Yeah, Ashton, I will be watching football. People say WWE is fake and all that, but I think that the fans watch the people behind the character. The Miz is a good man, and Undertaker is a religious good person. Yeah, these are all good men. These are all good guys, man. Yeah, I mean, there's some questionable characters on the roster. You can't have a whole workplace with no bad guys. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying I know more than everyone, because obviously I don't. Some people have inside scoops, but did you guys know how gangster Sin Cara was? Because everyone looks at people and goes, "This big guy will beat this guy," and blah blah blah. Sin Cara, but this guy had a gun. This guy had a gun in his locker room, in his bag, ready for man. This is not a guy to mess with. But people don't see that. They see the lucha geezer in a mask, thinking, "Nah, I'm telling you, bro, Sin Cara's a man, bro." Brock would kill a bear in a fight. Shout out to Michael Smith. Don't worry about it, brother. Don't worry about it. Hopefully your notification bell goes off sometime. Walter Smith, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Walter Mitchell, you're a G. Brock would destroy Braun Strowman in a real fight. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I think Brock would be up a lot of guys. Apart from Jericho. I think Jericho was a hard guy. Jericho's a hard guy. But yeah. The Miz was on a Young podcast today talking about this. Talking smack and his title win. Yeah, I watched that a lot, man. It's called the Oral Podcast, I think. So guys, go over that. Watch Renee's podcast. Spam Demon Team in the comment section. The original Sin Cara was a savage, and everyone. Yeah, Sin Cara was a damn savage, bro. Real talk. In fact, still quite ready to do it, Brock Lesnar. Yep, 100% true. In the farm, yeah, that's true. He doesn't like people, does he? So he lives in is it Minnesota? He lives in. This geezer's a savage, man. Yeah, Cast No Shadow, shout out to you. We're live, bro. Did you know Booker T beat the shit out of Batista about saying? Yeah, I did. Booker T's hard as nails, bro. CJ Gamer, shout out to you, brother. How are you? Hope you're well, bro. I saw a video. Jericho beat the shit out. Yeah, but Jericho's hard, bro. Like this, as I'm saying, man, it goes up and down, man. You've seen the podcast of RVD talking about punching Shawn Michaels in the mouth. It's crazy. There, Ashton, stop it, man. This is funny. Why? I know someone in my town who trained combat who can fight up to 7 guys alone, and he was killed by 2 16-year-old kids. So, damn. Messed up, man. That's messed up. Allegedly. Man ain't making no comments about Sin Cara, bro. I ain't caught, bro. Sin Cara be a shit. I'm Sheamus and this fine. Yeah, bro. Sin Cara is a savage, bro. Let's get off to Sin Cara. I shouldn't have brought Sin Cara, bro. If he sees this, bro, he lives in my hometown, man. You know what I mean? He's part of Wolverhampton Wanderers backstage stuff now. A lot of people don't know that, but he's in Birmingham, so it's not far from where I live now. I want to talk about Sin Cara too much. Get caught. Yeah, it did. Somebody did that. I don't know if you guys know the story that somebody did that to The Rock's food. Well, say somebody, Shawn Michaels. He done that in The Rock's food, and Mark Henry caught him doing it, and yeah, they kind of turned on Mark Henry for it, and this is why you never see The Rock and Shawn Michaels have fights, because he had a problem with him for real. And then obviously he said something about The Rock's mom as well at the time. So Hosey's title match Fastlane. I can't see it happening, bro. There's no storyline behind it. Yeah, Jericho did beat Goldberg backstage. He did. Yeah. He also wanted to fight Brock. When Brock fought against Randy Orton and split his head open a few years back, he actually wanted to fight him backstage because he didn't know that it was part of the plan. He thought that Brock had just done it. Brother Nero. Yeah, Randy's had airport moments and all kind of moments. Savage, do you think Brock Lesnar come back to SmackDown and challenge Roman for the Universal Championship? I don't. I actually don't. I don't think there's any plans for it at the moment either. Brock Lesnar's living a happy life, bro. He lives in the damn mountains in a farm. Got so much money, and yeah, it's crazy. Shawn Triple H. Yeah, there were. A lot of people have said that Shawn Michaels was the worst back in the day, but it's a change. He's an older man now. He's changed, isn't he? So, but yeah, back in the day, no one liked him. So for the first now, can't see it happening, but Seth versus Cesaro, number one contender match at WrestleMania, winner faces and actual review. That would be cool. Although we never really see number one contender match at WrestleMania, but I do think that would be a good idea. Seth Cesaro at Fastlane, yeah, probably will be at Fastlane. Shawn was a better back in the day. He was. Match Edge and Christian versus Roman. Oh, this is a good match, man. I like the sound of this match. I don't want it yet. Maybe after the WrestleMania match, but that's a good match. Shout out to Jey Uso, man. He needs maximum respect of what he's done over the last year. He's been great. Elite Squad, I ain't gonna put that on the screen because it sounds a bit like, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? If me and you were speaking privately, safe, but I don't really want to, you know what I mean? And I know people who know Liv Morgan, so I don't want it, to get back to her because she used to date Tyler Bate, and I know Tyler, and you know what I mean? But she's actually she's been living with Bo Dallas a while. I don't know why this is news to everyone. I knew this from a while ago, but she was into real estate. Bo Dallas has been into real estate for the last 5 years or so. So she moved in to learn about more of them stuff. She lives on the farm with him, but she's not with him like that. She has her own room and stuff like that. And she's learning from him, but yeah. They should bring him back though, for sure, because Arbo leaving him, like that. I don't know why people want to see Brock versus Roman. Why would you break up the relationship between Paul and Brock? Yeah, I agree. CJ Gamer Backlash pay-per-view. Universe Champion, Edge will be the new Universe Champion. Don't use that, Rich. I think that Edge will lose to Roman Reigns. I really believe that. I'm not joking. Let's build this. Yeah, I love Jey Uso, man. I think Jimmy will be back soon. I think that's why they're not pushing him. It's at the beginning of the storyline. They were pushing him a little bit, and now they're not doing as much. Well, I think that's because Jimmy's coming back soon. Roman versus Edge. Roman, Seth versus... Nah, well, Seth and Roman don't have anything to do with each other at the moment, so... One of the funny stories, Goldberg, what? Yeah, I know. Jericho finished him now. Jimmy Uso coming back and disagreeing with Jay in that spot's rivalry. Fun fact, they asked Jey Uso and Jimmy, who would you want to fight at WrestleMania as your massive headline? And they said, each other. I'm here for Jimmy versus Jay. That would be dope. Can you imagine the story? Roman, Tamina, Naomi, Rikishi. Just bring them all into the story. Like, oh, man, I'm here for it. Bo just has to join Bray. Yeah. There's so much stuff you can do with makeup nowadays. I know that Bo Dallas isn't as big as Bray, but they could put Bo Dallas in the Fiend costume, draw the tattoos on and such, and have him, just go around and do some stuff as the Fiend. He could do that. Shout out to Kay. So Bo stayed but hasn't been used, but Curtis got released. Why? I don't know, man. I don't know. We've seen what happened with Selena Vega, but I'm saying if your biggest star at the time is the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and his brother is on the roster, do you want to sack his brother? I don't think you want to sack his brother, bro. Deus remembers. Yeah, it was great. I think it's too early. There's no reason, because Roman isn't a guy who's asking for help from different people. He's got his cousin with him, but he's not asking for help from different people. I think Seth might, without being disrespectful to Seth, I think he might ruin the Roman thing. I would love heel night. Me too. Don't know, man. Roman is still the best in 100%. If Braun don't believe. Hey, like that. All right, guys. Well, we have come to the end of the show. I'm going to get off at 10 past. No holds barred Let's go. But at the end of that, I'm off, bro. Women's winner takes all matches. We 100% do need to bring that down. Bro, since the run theme, easy. Jimmy and Jay SmackDown techniques probably Apollo joining. Everyone keeps mentioning Apollo joining Roman. It will mess it up, man. Fake Messiah, yep. No holds barred question. I know CJ, I haven't gone yet. Question Q&A. No holds barred. 4 minutes, 3 minutes now. Roman is the tribal chief. What about Sami Zayn? He wants to be Universal Champion. Sami Zayn keeps championing the people. I love Sami Zayn. I'm a big fan of Sami Zayn, bro. Does Roman still like Seth is the question. But at the moment, Roman doesn't like anyone. So keep that storyline, man. As soon as you start giving Roman friends, it ruins stuff. He's got Jay because Jay's family. You start giving him friends, it ruins stuff. Kind of like if you give Brock Lesnar allies. Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin tried to come in, give him a hug, you know what I mean? Elite Squad, what do you think about Cameron Grimes and the gimmick? I think that new gimmick is going to the moon. I love Cameron Grimes, man. This guy, he's just there. If you don't like him, he will annoy the hell out of you, which is good. And if you love him, you'll really love him because he's going to the moon. CJ Gamer, shout out to you, bro. Later, brother. I thought you were saying bye to me, but you're going. Fair enough. Peace out, bro. Paul's like Seth. Paul is nothing like Seth, bro. Paul's a genius of what he does. Roman versus Edge versus Lashley versus Braun. Winner takes all Universal title match. 100%. I said that they should unify the two championships. Do it ASAP. Do it soon. Roman Reigns should do it. He should beat Edge and he should say, I want all the gold. There's only one chief. There's only one champion. There's only one head of the company and it's Roman. So I want to fight whoever the Raw champion is and then let them fight. And then whoever wins that title, undisputed Universal, well, you can't do Universal World because it doesn't make sense, but undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion. That's it. And then change the title black again. Stop with the foolish red and blue. You know, like that. Savage will Seth Rollins fight Roman Reigns eventually, but they're both heel at the moment, so no point. Cameron Grimes is gold. Big facts. Do you think that Paul will confront Seth if he goes on talking smack? Of course, yeah, he won't confront him. He'll talk to him. When there's two heels, he's normally fine with them. He's normally with the babyface he's got a problem with. I know you don't like CM Punk, but really want to see Seth. I don't dislike CM Punk. I just think he's overrated. But I am here for one CM Punk return just so I can hear the fans go crazy. Because he's not the biggest wrestler of all time. He's not one of the greatest of all time. But I do think he would get the loudest noise, like a return noise of all time. The pop would be insane. Savage, I'm pissed to let the Lakers keep losing tomorrow. The Lakers face the Trailblazers. The Lakers are going to lose to the Trailblazers, brother. Imagine Roman Reigns. Yeah. Put them together. LA Knight is better than Cameron Grimes. Dummy, yeah. To the moon. I know, I feel you, bro. 1 minute, imagine Seth versus Eddie. Viva. I love Eddie Guerrero. That's my guy. Been thinking about buying the Eddie Guerrero WWE Championship off the website. I'm trying to get a WWE discount code for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Cameron Grimes, the new gimmick is amazing. To the moon. It's underrated, but he will get there, believe me. CM Punk is blacklisted. I mean, he should be. He keeps talking rubbish about WWE. Like, if I had a company, in fact, I do have a company. I have, you know what I mean? I'm CEO of Demon Team, bro. People keep talking rubbish about the Demon Team. If one of you guys decide to turn on me, yeah, or I block one of yours, and then you start talking rubbish to everyone, all the other YouTubers about me, you ain't coming back, bro. Blacklist, you know, like that. But yes, guys, and we're approaching. There's 5 seconds left. I have been your boy, You Good as Savage. I'm getting off because I got more stuff to do. I got more things to do. Everything I'm doing behind the scenes is for the channel. What do you guys want to see me start doing? Let me know. What do you want from the channel? Because there's no point me doing it if you ain't gonna, you know what I mean? So what do you guys want? Yeah, Roman versus Bobby would be great. Me and Kevin Owens. Reigns for the Universal title, kicks out Tribal, you know what I mean? Ashton said run, dominating Bobby Lashley first, the Tribal Chief. Reigns will be awesome. You damn right will be awesome. You know, like that. Blogs. You want blogs or you want vlogs? Because if I do blogs, it's right. And if I do vlogs, there ain't going to be much in a pandemic. But you know, like that. When is the next live stream? The next live stream is on Monday. Savage Talk Extra. But everyone knows it's coming up, you know, like that. I like to see reactions outside WWE, so football and movies. So that's what I used to do on this channel. Go and subscribe to Hugo Online, and I'll do my movie reactions and stuff on that channel, and I'll let you know on this one. Shout out to Jeff Samuel. I'm about to leave, but shout out to you. I always want to see vlogs. Bro, my life isn't that interesting. Otherwise, I would vlog, honestly. All I do is train some more, YouTube, and train. That's not a lie. But yeah, if I miss your comment now, just comment on the belief, my thingy. Please react to Booker T's funny moments on commentary. Okay, but that's what I'll start doing. I'll start reacting to WWE funny moments, Ricochet's cells and stuff like that. Start sending them to me though, guys. Send them to me so I can react to them, or put them in the comment section with a link to it, and then I'll do it. Okay, I'll definitely do that, because he don't want no water, he don't want no bread, he just want meat. You know, like that. But you know the vibes of the realm. I've been your boy, Good Savage. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. What was that? If you see the Fiend, I'm gonna say it. Yeah. Yeah, if you see a Fiend, if you see a beautiful